Do you know what I mean though?
It's like close to perfect.
We have done it. Hello, welcome to 2023 Invisalign time. So, no trays right now. I'm not wearing them. I still have the attachments and I actually have an appointment in about 2 hours to get my checkup because I have finished now the 3 full rounds of Invisalign trays and here's where I'm at. Happy to say that in the last 3 weeks, the changes that they made to adding a larger attachment to this baby tooth that wasn't pulling down for a long time has resulted in that tooth being pulled down. So that's really lovely. I just want it to get a little closer to the bottom here, like a little more, so it's a little lined up more with that side. That's where I'm at right now. It's so close. It's like 99% of the way there. I want to get it to 100, so I'm fully happy because everything else wouldn't change it. Really great. Love the rest of my teeth. It all looks really good. Thought it was done in December, was mistaken. It's actually January. So I'm gonna do my last payment of $305, which will feel really nice to be fully done with. And I also assume that they probably wanna be done with it around the time that like your last payment's there, so they're not like doing it way past like when they're still making money off you, but I don't care. I want my teeth to look good. We got another crazy rainy day for another fun Invisalign update vlog kind of moment.
Yeah.
See, now that one looks so much smaller.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can add some filling with her.
Like it just looks so tiny.
Yeah.
But then again, the other one does
smaller.
too. Yeah.
Smaller.
Because I think part of the problem I've always had is the front teeth look so big.
It is a smaller tooth.
Yeah.
Even compared to
yeah.
But I did straighten it out here.
It does look better, yeah.
This one I didn't go too much because it's already small, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to remove too much.
I feel like that's as far down as it may have come.
Yeah.
We had to fight so hard for that one.
Because if you bring it down more, it's gonna expose the root.
You're right, we don't want that, yeah.
It's gonna become sensitive.
But I like it, it looks so good with the straightening, yeah.
Yes, I did straighten it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not messy.
I haven't had the free teeth in like a year because it was last January you put them on.
Yeah, it's looking weird.
Like over time it's not good that there's that much contact.
Yes, here I can relieve it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, because they've all pulled straight now, so they didn't used to touch this much.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So arch is beautiful. It's
Yeah, I love it.
perfect,
It's so
perfect
good.
Arch.
Yeah. But yeah, let's do that next time then. I think
Yeah.
that's a really whoop.
So when the retainer comes in, we'll set it down, but like generally it's like close to perfect.
Yay! I love it. It's huge.
Yeah, I love the arch. So usually,
Yeah.
I mean, before you had a lot of crowding,
So
right?
much, yeah.
So for this much, it's a lot of improvement.
I can't believe how good it looks too. Like it's literally a perfect arch.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! We did it!
Congratulations.
Thank you. You too.
See you in a couple weeks.
Yay! Oh my goodness! I didn't think I was gonna get it done today. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's gonna work out.
I didn't expect to get them off today. You saw my intro clip earlier today of just trying to articulate that I wasn't really quite happy with how far down this one had been pulled during the entire process. And honestly, I really appreciated the feedback that they were giving me. And the reason we proceeded is because I did articulate that again. As I said, I was honest. I was like, hey, I want it to be lower. And she's like, you know what? There's just not enough tooth there for it to get pulled down anymore. So it's not going to be even with the other one. It's too much smaller to be able to try and pull that off. So I really appreciated that. I took her advice and we took the attachments off. So I have 2 weeks until the night guards are supposed to show up that I will be wearing in the night, obviously, but I think I'm going to also keep wearing them throughout the day like you're supposed to, because I want my teeth to like set in this. I don't want to just jump from wearing them for like 20 to 22 hours a day to wearing them only in the evenings and only while I'm asleep. So yeah, this is crazy though, because they feel so free. Like, you know, my gums aren't scraping against, there is one here I can still feel, because my gum is scraping against that attachment, but they're gone. And I haven't had free teeth since the 24th or 23rd of January last year. So it's almost been a full year since I've had attachments on or in some way or another. I had far fewer this time around than I did when I first got them put on last year, but like it was crazy to feel the difference of my teeth right now, because normally it was just temporarily off for like 5 minutes or something while she was redoing them or adding them or taking whatever. But now I can feel my teeth again. Yay! And because of where my bite is hitting and the scans that she took at the end of our session, the next time I go in and get the mouth guard fitted, she's going to shave a little bit off of these two front teeth because of how hard they're hitting down here. So I think she said about 0.2 millimeters. It's a very small amount. So it looks like what we're gonna get in about 2 weeks, and I'll keep updated on here as soon as I have. But yeah, I'll be also regular vlogging with my teeth like this now. So this is nuts and awesome. And all I have left right now are the actual trays I was using before with the little attachment holes, but it's totally fine because that's where the teeth ended up settling into anyway. There's nowhere for them to move. Eee, they look so good. Invisalign update. So I'm gonna insert a photo here. Last night I was flossing, and for some reason it was really weird. I was flossing and I felt like there was something between my teeth, so I really like tried to get it out with the floss, and apparently a piece of one of my old fillings came out and hit the mirror and then disappeared, and I don't know where it went. But like my tooth didn't chip, it was just a piece of filling, and that happens over time when you've had fillings for a while because you're, you know, eating and your teeth go through a lot of wear and tear. I lost that piece of the tooth. I don't know where it went, but as you saw from the photo, there's a bit of like a chip on the side there of where the filling came out. And I called the dentist and they said there was no need for it unless it's in any pain, and it's not in any pain yet. And I'm already getting stuff filled in a few weeks when I go back to get the retainers that you'll see later in this video. So I didn't see any need to go back urgently, but this is just kind of like an honest update because there was an attachment anchored to that exact spot where there was also a filling. So I think that also contributed to when they sanded down the attachment when they were removing them a couple of days ago, that probably like rattled it and made that part a little bit more sensitive, to the point where when I was flossing, it literally just came out of my mouth. Today is the 30th of January and I'm headed in to get my new trays that are going to be my permanent retainer. So we got it scanned about 2 weeks ago, like you saw earlier in this clip or in this video. And I'm also getting 3 or 4 cavities filled, plus the one that you saw got cracked about 2-ish weeks ago. So today's the day we get all that fixed. We get a new retainer. It's an exciting day for the Invisalign journey, and I'm gonna take you along with me. The exciting thing I've realized now is I shouldn't need to go to any more of these appointments outside of getting some extra little cavities fixed. This should be the last Invisalign one because I'm getting the retainers. So I think that that is a huge win on my part. It feels so different already.
Feels better?
Yeah, like not as hard on the front.
Right?
You can feel it everywhere else, yeah.
Very good. You bite down. Just gonna go a little bit more this side. Good, open. Bite down. You open. Bite down. Should be better.
We have done it. Guys, it's officially done. So, alarms. So I'm still a little bit numb, so you might see it. I can definitely obviously feel it, but you might see the slurry in one of some of my words might get a little like tied together. So, but I was too excited to not film this, especially when there's still like some light outside, even though it's like raining and gross, it's still bright enough. So yeah, so it's official, it's done. We have completed Invisalign fully, no more attachments, no more nothing, everything is done. You'll remember that last year in December, I did get 3 cavities fixed before my Invisalign was fully done. I was still 2 weeks out, like on my last set of trays, but they were able to do that thankfully, which took a lot of the financial hardship off personally for me this year, because there were only 4 left to do this year that were really small. So I was really glad that we didn't have to do like 6 this year, because I didn't have any benefit used last year yet for the fillings because I was doing Invisalign the whole time. So I was really happy that we were able to do the fillings then. And then today we did like round 2 of 3, and then in a few, like in a month and a half or so, we'll do round 3. But you saw 2 cavities getting filled, as well as me getting my final set of, these aren't trays anymore, there are, but like they're not for treatment, these are just my permanent Invisalign retainers that I will wear at night. So right now I'm not wearing them, but I will put them back on, just because even though you're only supposed to wear them at night technically, I'm going to keep them on a little bit as if they're still like another set of Invisalign retainer like just in general during the days before I fully wean off, because going from wearing them like 20 hours a day to wearing them for like 8 to 10 hours is huge. It's like almost half to a quarter of the time. So I don't want to have that much like of a stark impact on my teeth. I might just slowly start wearing them a little bit less and then only have them at night within the next like 1 to 3 to 6 months. I think that that's the best way for me to handle it. I feel like I'm controlling because of the numbing. But yeah, they ended up doing what I may have mentioned last time, which was they shortened and shaved down the front 2 teeth by like a fractions of a millimeter in order to help the rest of the teeth in my mouth actually touch. So they're actually touching now. I've said numerous times in my updates throughout the last year that I don't necessarily feel my back teeth and molars touching, because what I've learned is the front teeth were just so big. My 2 front teeth here have been so big like my whole life that was actually making it impossible for the back to touch. So basically, I'll demonstrate on the trays. The front were hitting so, that's upside down. The top was hitting so aggressively here that the backs couldn't actually come down here. So now when they shaved that little bit of it off, everything all across is touching to match and hit, and it feels a lot better. And I haven't tried to eat yet because I'm still waiting for the numbing to alleviate, but it's going to make like chewing easier in the back of my mouth too, because now they're not just like hanging apart and like exclusively being hit in the front. The whole thing actually will come together. And they tested my bite several times before I was able to leave, because this was like it. This was like the big ceremonial day of like, Alicia's done with Invisalign. And basically almost a year to the day. I think I've got them either put on the 23rd or the 24th of January 2022. So basically a year. Honestly, it would have been a year if the like retainers came in sooner, because I was done with treatment about 2 weeks ago. So this is amazing and it's wonderful. I've sent photos to my family. This video actually will be able to come out sooner than I expected, because these came very soon and I'm really stoked. And the other feelings I get will just be like vlog updates, because I don't really need to put them in an Invisalign update. I think I might do a video like 6 months out being like, hey, how's it holding up? How is it working? Because now I'm in like that post Invisalign phase where I don't want my teeth to shift back, and I really want to be able to like pay attention to how they're doing. And I will do that. So I'll probably be back to posting or taking like progress photos and stuff, because I want to make sure that I'm keeping track of the investment that I have to get it to this point and make sure it doesn't like start regressing back to my old teeth. But wearing them every night should be able to keep that on track. And I'm just so stoked that it's done, and like it just looks so good. I have a little decalcification down there because the trays didn't fully cover that part, but like it looks so good. So all in all, as I do share it, I do still find that this is worth it. It took about a year. They projected initially about 5 months, which we knew wasn't going to be the case, but I wasn't upset that it didn't take 5 months. 5 months was the quickest projection any of the comparisons for Invisalign that I got were. I did 4 comparisons before I started Invisalign, about a year before, so I knew how much I needed to save and how much I needed to like prepare, cavity fixing and stuff, because you're not allowed to start any if you have any like cavities that are like needing to be fixed. You can have them from my practitioners if you had cavities that we just needed to keep like on watch that could last for like a year or so, that weren't gonna result in losing the tooth or a root canal potentially. They let me start with like 2 of them like that. And I developed some throughout the process, which is pretty normal because they're sitting in trays constantly and they're not really like breathing, I guess is the best word I have for it. Keeping everything in mind of like how long it was supposed to take from the start. Always expect it to take a little bit longer, I guess, is the best piece of advice I have, because it will turn out usually the way you like. And I was lucky that I didn't need any extractions done, any extra prep, any extra like finance went into it for prepping my mouth before we could just kind of start. But yeah, I went week to week to week for the entire 3 sets of trays that I had, and it turned out like this, so I can't really complain. The only thing that we all know that I was probably a bit hung up on was the fact that these 2 teeth just look so much smaller than these front ones. This one worked itself out, but this one, the tooth is just so much smaller, and it's so like, it's like half the shape. That will always kind of bother me a little bit, but it's not because it's not straight, it's just because it's smaller and it won't come down as far. So I still love how it turned out, and truthfully I don't think anyone's really gonna notice that. Like, it's not very noticeable because of how straight they all ended up being. So, you know, I really have nothing to complain about. It was a really lovely process. My dentists were lovely, and it was great. I highly recommend it, as I have at every stage of this, and I will continue to recommend it now that it's complete. So I'm really stoked, and I hope to be able to film another one of these soon, because yeah, it's just been a great process, and it's been great to see how they end up. And I just would like to make sure I follow up and maintain the hygiene and the whole like this of the matter, and just make sure that I didn't waste a year of my life. I will not fuck this up. So yeah, one last look at the hurdy teeth. The pretty arcs. I'll see you next time.